Clear your mind before you start this book. Within its chapters, you'll learn our unique approach to solution-focused brief therapy, an evidence-based form of psychotherapy that helps people create change in their lives. But before you do that, we need you to stop thinking like a therapist. We need to engage with you, the individual, not the psychotherapy version of you. The truth is, you already know how to practice SFBT. It's inherent. It's about agency, something you're already well versed in. Think about the parents of young children. Parents who are perfectly capable of tying their children's shoes. The task isn't difficult. It's also a more efficient way to get the family out the door on time. But as children get older, parents choose to let them tie their own shoes. They understand that agency is important in terms of skill acquisition. In order to raise children who can accomplish tasks on their own, parents have to refrain from doing tasks for them, even though helping them is the quickest solution in the moment. That's solution-focused brief therapy in a nutshell. It is connecting with the version of your client or anyone in your life that you want to talk to, the version that fundamentally understands the importance of autonomy. As a therapist, you went to school and learned a collection of techniques that were supposed to assist you in helping a client. But SFBT techniques are completely different. They involve facilitating a conversation that will honor client agency and lead towards change in a different manner. You can't learn this approach by thinking in the old way. It's too different from other methods that define therapists as people whose job it is to change their clients. Again, clear your mind, even when it comes to preconceptions you may have about solution-focused brief therapy. To begin with, it's not a name that we would have chosen, but it's the name that our field has adopted. Consequently, although misleading, it's the name we're stuck with. Solution-focused brief therapy implies we're meant to solve something and find solutions for our clients. Instead, we're meant to build something and construct change with them. It's not our job to fix them. It's our job to inspire, to connect, and to help them describe the outcomes they desire. Then watch what happens in the process. In this book, we'll share exactly how to do that. A brief history of SFBT. Solution-focused brief therapy, SFBT, is a therapeutic approach that is focused on where the client would like to end up, rather than focusing on the problems and problem development, as many other therapeutic approaches do. This outcome-focused approach was a paradigm shift at its founding and still challenges the status quo of psychotherapy today. The seeds of solution-focused brief therapy started at the Mental Research Institute, MRI, in Palo Alto, California, where psychotherapists Steve DeShazer and Insoo Kim Berg met. They dated, subsequently married, and moved to Wisconsin, where they created the Brief Family Therapy Center in Milwaukee in 1978. Steve and Insoo's focus was on making therapy briefer. At the time, psychotherapy was synonymous with psychoanalysis, which involved a client coming to therapy 2 to 3 times a week for 3 to 5 years. Steve and Insoo, along with the MRI team, asked themselves one basic question: can we make therapy briefer without sacrificing outcomes? The MRI team was able to reduce the average number of sessions down to about 10, a significant decrease from the traditional psychodynamic approach. Later, from the research conducted at the Brief Family Therapy Center in Milwaukee, Steve and Insoo developed solution-focused brief therapy. Using this approach, they were able to reduce the number of times a client came to therapy from even MRI's standard of 10 sessions, while still being just as effective at impacting a client's problem. That's where the solution-focused approach sprouted, and from there it branched out.